Hi, good people, and welcome back to my segment, Filmmaking 101 with Rachel Wainaina. As always, I'm a very passionate teacher for the film industry, having worked in the film industry for 17 years. And today I want to cut right to the chase. You remember last time when we spoke about pitching? I told you pitching is one of the best subjects in filmmaking. And today I just want to quickly talk to you about the business pitch. What parts should be in your business pitch? Because this is very important. Last time we spoke about elevator pitching. Elevator pitching is just what can you be able to tell someone about your project so that they can be able to develop interest. That's the goal. These people will develop interest to work with you. But now, for people to actually come and invest in your film project, you need to go a step higher. You need to do a business pitch. Of course, there's a difference between a business pitch and a story pitch. So I'll cover the story pitch another time. But right now, I want to cover a business pitch. Now, let's ask ourselves, what's the purpose of pitching? The purpose of pitching is so that you can be able to bring many people on board. You could be pitching your friend so that you're able to bring them on board to work with you on your project. Or you could be pitching an investor so that they are able to put in money in your project. And when you're doing that, you need to show them what's in it for me. Okay? You could be pitching an NGO that will actually give you a grant because you have a message that they want you to pass around. So they'll give you the money so that you can give your movie for free to the audiences. So they'll pay you what the audiences could have paid you so that you are then able to make this movie and push their campaign through your movie. The big question is, you have to identify who you're pitching. When you're doing a business pitch, once you identify who you're pitching, your pitch will sound as good to them as it needs to be. So let's assume you're making a business pitch. What are some of the things that people actually want you to cover in a business pitch? The first thing that people want you to cover in a business pitch is definitely your research and development. Why did you come up with this solution? Who's your audience? Who's your target audience? Why? How many are they? And what markets are you really targeting? That is market segmentation. They also want to know what's your competitive advantage, what is the problem you're solving in the market. And then they also want to know in that research and development, why this movie? They want the why. If you give someone a proposal and you can't explain your why, the proposal is dead on arrival. So the research and development is a big element of a business pitch. The next thing that people want to know in your business pitch, and it's quite simple, is your marketing projection, your numbers. How much profit are you projecting to make with this film? Or if it's an NGO that wants to reach a lot of people, how many people are you actually planning to reach with this film? And how are you going to reach them? So for instance, if you say, I want 100,000 people to watch this movie in 5 countries in different theaters. So how many heads will actually watch your movie in the theater? And how are you going to get them to watch this movie in the theater? The thing with marketing projection, it includes the price, it includes the cost of marketing. So the promotional budget, how are you going to promote this film? Do you have a media tour? Do you have all those things in numbers? Like for instance, if you said, I want 100,000 people to go to the theater to watch my film, then you need to tell us 100,000. How much are you going to sell a ticket? I'm going to sell my ticket for 100, let's say 1,000 Kenyan shillings. So that is $10. Let's just use $10. So that means from theater, you're looking to develop an income of $1 million. All right? So if you're looking to develop an income or to get an income from theater of $1 million, how much money then do you need to use in direct sales? That is in theater sales of tickets, printing tickets and all that. And how much money do you need to use in promotion, advertisement, social media promotions and whatever you need so that you can be able to get this $1 million? If your budget is not good, you're not going to be able to get to make the $1 million just through the theatrical release. If it's links you want to sell, let's say on Netflix or on another platform, and you're selling each link at $2, and you want to sell 1 million links, that's $2 million you're going to make with your film. But how much money are you going to use for promotion so that you make this? So you put all those costs down, and you're able to see the cost of commercials. You're able to see the money you'll make from the film. You're able to minus the cost of promotion and marketing, and you're able to come up with projected profits. If you don't have a good marketing projection, my dear, people are not going to finance your film. The third thing is the capacity. Do you have the capacity to actually make this film? How much money are you asking for? Whatever money you're asking for, you need to show that you have capacity. Remember one tip. Nobody finances anyone who doesn't even have a shilling. So the first capacity you should be able to list there is to say, if your film is $2 million, maybe you have 500,000 USD and you're looking for 1.5 million. We need to know your capacity. We need to know that you have the equipment, you have the crew, you have the right associations and the right companies partnering with you, and you can be able to actually shoot this film. So when you're pitching, people want to see whether you have capacity, period. Number 4, human resource. Do you have people? And which people are we talking about? Are we talking about A-list actors? Are we talking about a great director that you have? Write all the bios of the cast and crew that you have. They'll help you in making a business pitch. And finally, financing. Who else is financing you? And this is very important. If somebody who is financing you, let's say, stands for a principle that other people don't stand for, then that means that the other investor could refuse to come on board just because you're working with this other investor. You need to declare who are the other people who are actually putting in money in that film. And 2, you also need to declare, apart from the people who are putting in the money, how do you expect to get the remaining money? If you're asking me for $1 million and you need $14 million, who else are you targeting to give you this money? So people need to know. And finally, of course, in financing, people need to know what's their return. What is in it for them? You need to tell them, give me this in exchange for this. So you show them the value that you're giving them versus, the money that you're taking for them. Obviously, if the value you're giving them is more beneficial and attractive, considering that you're competing with treasury bonds, shares, and other ways of making clean money by lending very credible organizations such as government, then remember, if you're able to do your work knowing that you're competing with this type of things, then you'll be able to go far. Okay? So basically, that is it in Film Business 101. And on that business pitch, put it in a nice presentation. If you don't know how to use Canva, please, just go and learn how to use it. Put it in a very nice PowerPoint presentation. Remember, if the math is not mathing, you're messed up. You're not going to get funding. Then go out there with your pitch, write to 1 million companies if you need to. Let everybody know what you're doing. Give them a very enticing pitch, and maybe you'll get a few appointments, and finally, you might get funding. But remember, film funding does not come oftenly. Sometimes it could take 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 50 years, or even 100 years. It depends on your luck. So keep pitching. When you're told no, keep pitching and keep pitching until you get your work done. So with that said, cheers, and I hope you're enjoying these filmmaking segments. Thank you for the massive feedback you gave me on the previous video that I posted, and I hope you keep learning. And in case you want to join a school, which will give you all this, check my previous video that I've just posted about the intake ongoing at the Youth Film Platform Africa, where you can get to learn all this for a whole period of 1 year and become an expert in the film industry. Be ready to go there and win. So with that said, subscribe to my channel below, click on the notification bell, give me a thumbs up if you like the content, and remember to comment. Negative and positive comments are all welcome in this channel. Keep letting me know what else you want me to talk about. With that said, I wish you a very, very good day ahead.